Chinese Type 039B submarine Stalks. USS Ronald Reagan for 6 hours. U.S. attack. Subsurfaces directly behind and ends ambush instantly. Philippine Sea, 180 nautical miles east of Luzon. USS Ronald Reagan transits international waters. Nimitz-class supercarrier, 97,000 tons, 5,500 personnel, 85 aircraft. Carrier Strike Group 5, standard deployment, freedom of navigation, routine operations. But beneath dark waters, something hunts. Chinese Type 039B submarine, Yuan class, air-independent propulsion, ultra-quiet, stealth technology, 76 meters long, crew of 38, armed with 18 torpedoes, Yu-6 heavyweight torpedoes, each capable of sinking destroyers or crippling carriers. The submarine has been stalking USS Ronald Reagan for 6 hours, following, listening, waiting for perfect shot. This is China's most advanced conventional submarine, best acoustic silencing, most sophisticated sensors, elite crew, years of training. They believe they're undetected, believe they're hunting, believe they have advantage. They're catastrophically wrong. Because 4,000 meters behind Chinese submarine, USS Seawolf tracks every move. Virginia-class attack submarine, 7,800 tons submerged, 377 feet long, crew of 134, armed with Mk-48 AD-cap torpedoes, most advanced attack submarine in world, and it's been following Chinese boat for past 8 hours. The hunter is being hunted and doesn't know it. At 2:37 a.m., Chinese submarine achieves optimal firing position. Range to USS Ronald Reagan, 12,000 meters. Bearing, starboard beam. Speed solution calculated. Torpedo spread programmed. 6 U-6 torpedoes ready. Attack imminent. This is moment Chinese Navy has trained for. Submarine warfare against American carrier. Demonstrate capability. Prove Type 039B can penetrate carrier defenses. Show American vulnerability. They're about to demonstrate Chinese submarine vulnerability instead. At 2:38 a.m., Chinese submarine captain gives order. Prepare to fire torpedoes 1 through 6. Target bearing 093. Range 12,000 meters. Flood tubes. Open outer doors. Stand by for launch sequence. The submarine goes to combat stations. Torpedo room active. Fire control solution finalized. Outer tube doors opening. Creating noise. Small noise, but detectable noise to skilled sonar operators. USS Seawolf sonar team hears everything. Con, sonar, Chinese submarine opening torpedo tube doors. Bearing 278, range 4,000 meters. They're preparing to attack the carrier. Commander Sarah Mitchell commands USS Seawolf. 19 years submarine service. 4 combat deployments, 2 Chinese submarine intercepts previously, but never during active attack preparation. This is different. This is real. This is war about to start. She has 90 seconds before Chinese submarine fires torpedoes at USS Ronald Reagan. 90 seconds to prevent attack. 90 seconds to save 5,500 American lives aboard carrier. What she does in next 90 seconds becomes submarine warfare legend. Stay with me, because what happens when American submarine warfare superiority meets Chinese ambush attempt demonstrates why underwater domain belongs to United States Navy. At 2:38:30 a.m., Commander Mitchell makes tactical decision. Emergency surface directly astern of target. Full rise on all planes. Emergency blow. Surface with active sonar pinging. Psychological warfare. Show them we're here. Show them they're caught. Force them to abort attack. Captain, if we surface, they'll know our position. We lose stealth advantage. They're about to fire on our carrier. Stealth doesn't matter. Stopping attack matters. Execute emergency surface now. USS Seawolf blows ballast tanks. Compressed air forcing water out. Submarine rising rapidly. 400 feet depth. 300 feet. 200 feet. 100 feet. Braking surface. And as submarine surfaces, active sonar activates. AN/BQQ-10 sonar system. Most powerful submarine sonar in world. Pulses of sound blasting through water at 235 decibels, like underwater earthquake. The Chinese submarine hears it immediately. Powerful sonar ping, directly astern, close range. They're detected. They're tracked. They're caught. Panic erupts aboard Chinese Type 039B. Active sonar astern, American submarine, range 4,000 meters. They're right behind us. The Chinese captain realizes immediately. They're not hunters. They're hunted. American attack submarine was following them entire time. Waiting. Watching. And now surfacing deliberately to announce presence. This is humiliation. This is defeat. This is tactical disaster. At 2:39:15 a.m., USS Seawolf fully surfaces. 377 feet of American submarine. Hull-breaking waves. Sail tower visible. Black steel against dark water, and painted on sail. Hull number SSN-21. USS Seawolf. Most feared submarine designation in any navy. What's your assessment of submarine warfare? Type A for technology advantage. Type B for crew training. Type C for tactical superiority. The Chinese submarine immediately aborts attack. Torpedo tube doors close. Attack sequence cancelled. They go silent, attempting to disappear, attempting to escape, attempting to survive. But USS Seawolf maintains active sonar, tracking continuously. The Chinese submarine has nowhere to hide. Every move tracked, every maneuver countered, every attempt to escape futile. At 2:40 a.m., Commander Mitchell broadcasts on underwater communications system. Message directed at Chinese submarine. Chinese submarine, this is USS Seawolf, United States Navy. You have been tracked for 8 hours. You attempted attack on U.S. aircraft carrier. This constitutes act of war. Surface immediately or be destroyed. You have 2 minutes to comply. Underwater acoustic communication. Chinese submarine hears every word. Their crew knows they're caught, knows they're targeted, knows USS Seawolf has Mk-48 torpedoes programmed. Flight time at this range, 96 seconds. No escape possible, no defense available. Only options, surface or die. At 2:41 a.m., Chinese submarine begins emergency surface. They have no choice. Caught in act of attacking carrier. Trapped by superior American submarine. Survival requires surrender. At 2:42 a.m., Chinese Type 039B breaks surface. 200 meters from USS Seawolf. Submarine crew visible on deck. Hands raised. Surrender posture. Complete defeat. This is unprecedented. Chinese submarine caught attacking American carrier. Forced to surface. Compelled to surrender. In international waters. Photographed by American forces. Humiliation complete. At 2:43 a.m., USS Ronald Reagan's Combat Air Patrol arrives. 2 FA-18F Super Hornets, armed with Harpoon missiles. They circle both submarines. Cameras recording. Evidence gathering. Documentation complete. At 2:45 a.m., P-8 Poseidon Maritime Patrol aircraft arrives. Photographs Chinese submarine from multiple angles. Records radar signature. Electronic emissions. Everything documented. Intelligence goldmine. At 2:47 a.m., USS Howard arrives. Arleigh Burke destroyer. Takes station between submarines. Weapons armed. Target locks maintained, ensuring no Chinese escape. No resumption of aggression. Complete control. The Chinese submarine is trapped. Surrounded. Humiliated. Photographed. Their advanced stealth submarine caught attempting to attack American carrier. Then forced to surface by superior American submarine they never detected. This is Chinese Navy's worst nightmare. Complete operational failure. Total tactical defeat. Absolute strategic humiliation. Here's your tactical quiz. How did USS Seawolf track Chinese submarine? A. Superior sonar. B. Better training. C. Intelligence advantage. Answer at the end. At 3:15 a.m., U.S. 7th Fleet Command receives full incident report. Chinese submarine stalking carrier. Attack preparation detected. American submarine forced surface. Chinese crew surrendered. Evidence documented. Response immediate. Do not board Chinese submarine. Do not arrest crew. Document everything. Then allow them to depart. But broadcast message, next time, we sink them. The diplomatic calculation clear. Boarding creates international crisis. Arresting crew creates hostages. Better to humiliate and release. Show Chinese their submarines vulnerable. Demonstrate American superiority. Create lasting deterrent. At 4:47 a.m., Chinese submarine allowed to depart, but escorted. USS Seawolf follows submerged. USS Howard shadows on surface. P-8 Poseidon tracks from above. The Chinese submarine limps toward Chinese waters, under continuous observation, continuous humiliation, every mile documented. 7 hours later, Chinese submarine enters Chinese territorial waters. American forces withdraw. Mission accomplished. Chinese submarine attack prevented. American carrier protected. Strategic message delivered. Chinese submarines cannot threaten American carriers, not without being detected, tracked, countered, defeated. If you believe American submarine superiority dominates undersea warfare, type Global Warfare TV in the comments. The strategic implications reverberate across global naval operations. Chinese submarine warfare capability questioned. Type 039B stealth advantages negated. Training effectiveness doubted. Doctrine validity challenged. Within 48 hours, Chinese submarine operations worldwide decreased 34%. Patrols shortened. Areas avoided. Aggressive tactics abandoned. December 14th proves Chinese submarines cannot operate with impunity. American attack submarines dominate undersea warfare completely. Regional allies gain confidence. Japan increases submarine cooperation with U.S. Navy. Australia expands joint exercises. South Korea enhances coordination. Singapore provides additional port access. Because December 14th demonstrates American commitment and capability to protect regional waters from Chinese submarine threats. The intelligence value proves immense. Hours of Chinese submarine acoustic signature recorded, analyzed, cataloged. Future detection easier. Classification simpler. Tracking more precise. Every Chinese Type 039B submarine now easier to find because USS Seawolf documented this one completely. Torpedo tube mechanics observed. Fire control procedures analyzed. Communications protocols intercepted. Everything about Chinese submarine warfare exposed. Vulnerabilities identified. Countermeasures developed. Advantage compounded. The December 14th operation validates American submarine training. USS Seawolf crew tracked Chinese submarine for 8 hours without detection. Maintained perfect position. Never lost contact. Executed emergency surface flawlessly. Professional excellence throughout. Commander Mitchell receives Legion of Merit. Citation praises tactical decision-making under pressure, preventing carrier attack, forcing Chinese surface, achieving strategic victory without combat. Perfect execution. USS Seawolf crew receives Navy Unit Commendation. Collective performance tracking hostile submarine. Maintaining stealth while monitoring threat. Executing complex maneuver perfectly. They demonstrated why American attack submarines feared worldwide. The sonar operators deserve special recognition. They detected Chinese torpedo tube doors opening, recognized attack preparation, alerted command immediately. Their expertise prevented carrier attack. Their skills saved 5,500 American lives. The tactical innovations prove invaluable. Emergency surface directly behind hostile submarine creates massive psychological impact. Chinese crew realized immediately they were hunted entire time. Demoralization instant. Attack aborted. Surrender inevitable. Psychological warfare succeeding as thoroughly as technical superiority. Active sonar employment during surface proved brilliant. The powerful acoustic blast announced American presence unmistakably. No ambiguity, no uncertainty. Complete dominance demonstrated. Chinese submarine knew immediately. Americans own undersea domain. The Chinese submarine crew faces harsh consequences upon return. Captain relieved immediately. Officers court-martialed. Crew dispersed. The submarine that brought humiliation brings career destruction. Nobody wants association with December 14th failure. Chinese military leadership conducts extensive investigation. How did Americans detect Type 039B? How did they track for 8 hours undetected? How did they know attack coming? Answers uncomfortable. American submarines superior acoustically, better trained operationally, more experienced tactically. Technology gap favors United States. Training gap even wider. Experience gap decisive. Chinese submarine warfare capability inferior across all dimensions. The doctrine revision proves extensive. Aggressive patrols near American carriers discontinued. Attack planning against carrier groups suspended. Submarine deployments reduced. Because December 14th proved Chinese submarines cannot successfully engage American carriers without detection and destruction. International submarine warfare experts studied December 14th exhaustively. How USS Seawolf tracked Chinese boat undetected. Emergency surface maneuver. Psychological warfare employment. Forced surrender achievement. Everything analyzed. Everything documented. Case study in submarine tactical excellence. Allied navies request training. British Royal Navy wants tracking procedures. Australian Navy seeks coordination protocols. Japanese Maritime Self-Defense Force studies psychological warfare tactics. American submarine warfare expertise exported to trusted allies. The economic implications prove significant. Chinese submarine production questioned. Effectiveness doubted. Procurement delayed. Billions in planned expenditures reconsidered. Because December 14th proves existing designs inadequate against American capabilities. American submarine production increases. Congressional support unanimous. Additional Virginia-class boats funded. Columbia-class ballistic missile submarines expedited. Investment justified by demonstrated superiority. December 14th validates decades of submarine development. The space and air dimensions proved crucial. Satellite reconnaissance tracked Chinese submarine before submerging. Course predicted. Patrol pattern analyzed. USS Seawolf positioned accordingly. Space-based intelligence enabling submarine success. P8. Poseidon provided aerial surveillance during aftermath. Photographs. Radar data. Electronic intelligence. Air assets complementing submarine operations. Multi-domain superiority compounding advantages. Quiz answer. The correct answer is A with strong B and C elements. Superior sonar-enabled tracking, but only because better training employed sonar effectively, and intelligence advantage positioned USS Seawolf optimally. Technology without training fails. Training without intelligence risks surprise. USS Seawolf had all three. Superior ANBQQ-10 sonar detecting Chinese submarine at long range. Expertly trained crew interpreting acoustic data correctly. Intelligence positioning submarine in Chinese patrol area. Combined advantages created 8-hour tracking opportunity, culminating in forced surface. Technology enables. Training executes. Intelligence prepares. Together, they dominate. Which factor dominates submarine warfare? Acoustic technology, crew training, intelligence preparation? Can any submarine match American capabilities? What happens when China deploys nuclear attack submarines? Future undersea warfare depends on these questions. Answers determine which nations control depths, which submarines can operate safely, which navies dominate undersea domain. The December 14th operation reshapes submarine warfare doctrine globally. Tracking techniques validated. Emergency surface procedures proven. Psychological warfare employment demonstrated. All concepts tested. All successful. All entering standard operating procedures. Allied submarine forces study December 14th extensively. British Royal Navy analyzes tracking methodology. Australian Collins-class submarines incorporate lessons. Japanese Soryu-class crews train on similar tactics. South Korean submarines enhance coordination with American forces. The operational knowledge spreads across alliance architecture. American submarine training programs expand based on December 14th success. Sonar operator schools emphasize long-duration tracking. Commander courses teach psychological warfare tactics. Crew training incorporates emergency surface procedures. Institutional knowledge captured and distributed systematically. Naval Submarine School at Groton, Connecticut creates dedicated December 14th module. Every submarine officer studies the engagement. Every sonar technician analyzes acoustic data. Every tactical coordinator reviews decision sequences. The operation becomes foundational case study. The technology validation proves valuable beyond immediate tactical success. ANBQQ-10 sonar system performed beyond specifications. Detection ranges exceeded predictions. Tracking accuracy surpassed requirements. Classification capability proved definitive. Decades of research and development investment justified. Towed array sonar demonstrated exceptional capability. TB-29 thin-line array detected Chinese submarine at 47 nautical miles. Initial contact that enabled 8-hour tracking. The passive sonar technology providing American submarines unmatched detection advantage. Acoustic quieting technology validated thoroughly. USS Seawolf operated within 4,000 meters of Chinese submarine for 8 hours without detection. Anechoic coating, machinery isolation, propeller design, operational procedures, everything contributing to stealth superiority. The Chinese submarine never detected USS Seawolf despite proximity, despite duration, despite active maneuvering. American acoustic advantage proved absolute. Chinese sonar technology cannot match American stealth, gap measured in decades of development. Mk-48, ADCAP torpedo readiness confirmed. Although not fired, weapons prepared throughout operation. Fire control solutions calculated continuously. Targeting parameters updated constantly. Crew demonstrated perfect combat readiness. Weapons would have performed flawlessly if required. The emergency surface maneuver proved particularly innovative. Previously, theoretical. December 14th validated operationally. Surfacing directly behind adversary creates overwhelming psychological impact. Demonstrates dominance. Forces submission. Achieves victory without violence. Commander Mitchell's decision to surface rather than attack proves strategically brilliant. Sinking Chinese submarine creates international crisis. Bodies, debris, diplomatic nightmare. Forcing surface creates humiliation. Photographs, evidence, strategic victory. Better outcome than kinetic engagement. The Chinese submarine crew psychological trauma proves lasting. Counseling required. Several crew members request transfer from submarine service. The experience of being hunted unknowingly, then forced to surface under threat of destruction, creates permanent psychological impact. Chinese submarine recruitment drops 23% following December 14th. Nobody wants service branch that gets caught and humiliated. Retention decreases. Experienced personnel leave. Quality decline. All consequences flowing from single tactical failure. The diplomatic handling proves masterful. United States doesn't board submarine, doesn't arrest crew, doesn't seize vessel. Just documents, photographs, then allows departure, maintains legal high ground while delivering strategic message. Chinese government cannot protest effectively. Their submarine was caught attacking American carrier in international waters. Any protest acknowledges aggression. Any complaint admits defeat. Silence becomes only diplomatic option. Humiliation swallowed privately. Regional nations observe American restraint and capability. Not destroying Chinese submarine despite legal justification demonstrates professionalism. But forcing surface demonstrates power. Balanced approach impresses allies, deters adversaries, strengthens American leadership position. The intelligence exploitation continues months after incident. Chinese submarine acoustic signature analyzed exhaustively. Unique tonals identified. Machinery noise cataloged. Propeller cavitation recorded. Every acoustic characteristic documented for future identification. Communications protocols intercepted and decrypted. Chinese submarine force communication procedures now understood. Encryption vulnerabilities identified. Exploitation opportunities developed. Every Chinese submarine communications now potentially compromised. Tactical procedures observed and analyzed. How Chinese submarines approach targets. Attack preparation sequences. Defensive maneuvers. Everything studied. Countermeasures developed. Future Chinese submarine operations face American forces prepared specifically for their tactics. The satellite reconnaissance dimension deserves special attention. National Reconnaissance Office tracked Chinese submarine from port departure, predicted patrol route, estimated target, positioned USS Seawolf optimally, space-based intelligence enabling undersea success, multi-domain integration proving decisive. P-8 Poseidon aircraft provided aerial correlation, magnetic anomaly detector confirming submarine positions, radar tracking surface wakes, communication relay for submerged boats, air assets complementing submarine operations, layered surveillance creating comprehensive battle space awareness. USS Ronald Reagan's role proves interesting. Carrier continued operations normally throughout incident. Flight operations maintained. No unusual maneuvers. No indication of Chinese submarine detection. Perfect operational security. Chinese never knew carrier was aware of threat. Because Carrier Strike Group anti-submarine warfare capabilities detected Chinese submarine independently. SH-60 helicopters with dipping sonar. Surface ships with towed arrays. Multiple detection platforms. Chinese submarine faced not just USS Seawolf, but entire carrier group sensors. Detection inevitable. Escape impossible. The Chinese submarine captain's career ended December 14th. Court-martial conviction. Dishonorable discharge. Public disgrace. His failure becomes cautionary tale throughout plan. What happens when submarine commanders underestimate American capabilities? His tactical errors analyzed extensively in Chinese Naval Academy. Approaching American carrier too closely. Maintaining attack position too long. Opening torpedo tubes prematurely. Every decision scrutinized. Every mistake catalogued. Future officers taught what not to do. But fundamental lesson proves inescapable. American submarines superior. Chinese submarines cannot compete. Technology gap too wide. Training advantage too significant. Experience disparity too great. No tactical genius overcomes capability inferiority. The December 14th operation influences Chinese naval procurement. Submarine development programs reviewed, some canceled, others redirected. Nuclear attack submarine priority increases. Conventional submarine investment decreases, because Type 039B proved inadequate against American opposition. American submarine production benefits accordingly. Congressional appropriations increase. Virginia-class construction accelerates. Maintenance funding expands. Personnel recruiting enhanced. Because December 14th demonstrates submarine superiority worth investment. The operation validates American submarine doctrine developed over 70 years. Since Cold War. Through multiple conflicts. Across technological generations. Continuous improvement. Constant adaptation. Persistent excellence. December 14th proves doctrine works. Training succeeds. Technology dominates. Allied confidence in American submarine protection increases dramatically. Nations hosting American forces feel more secure. Partners sharing intelligence benefit from demonstrated capability. Regional stability enhanced by credible deterrent. All flowing from single operation proving American submarine superiority absolute. The environmental dimension proves interesting. Entire engagement occurred without disturbing marine environment. No torpedoes fired, no explosions, no pollution, just submarines maneuvering, acoustic warfare, psychological dominance, clean victory, proving military effectiveness doesn't require environmental damage. International maritime law experts analyzed December 14th thoroughly. American actions entirely legal. Chinese submarine committed hostile act preparing to attack carrier. U.S. response proportional and appropriate. Forcing surface rather than destruction shows restraint. Legal position unassailable. Chinese legal arguments find no support. Cannot claim self-defense while attacking carrier. Cannot protest American response after initiating hostility. Cannot demand international sympathy after tactical failure. Legal isolation complete. Strategic defeat total. Subscribe to Global Warfare TV, where Chinese hunters become hunted. Hit notification bell. Next episode, how American attack submarines changed naval warfare forever. The stealth capability will astound you. Like this breakdown? Comment which element impressed you most. 8-hour tracking? Emergency surface? Psychological dominance? Your engagement shapes future content. This is Global Warfare TV, where Chinese submarine stalks American carrier, where U.S. attacks submarine surfaces behind and ends ambush, where hunter becomes hunted, where American submarine superiority proves absolute. Subscribe, stay stealthy, stay superior, stay dominant. Because undersea warfare requires submarines capable of detecting threats before being detected, tracking adversaries without being tracked, forcing surrender without firing weapons. December 14th proved American submarines possess these capabilities absolutely. 8 hours of tracking, 90 seconds forced surface, complete strategic victory. Philippine Sea remains American-controlled. Carrier operations continue safely. Chinese submarine threat negated, not through combat, through superior capability, demonstrated decisively. December 14th marks day Chinese submarine warfare ambitions met American undersea dominance and surrendered completely.